by a different and feminine name. I am a cross-dresser. I confess to that I love to dress in women's clothes. I've been doing that since the late 70s, 1977, on and off. I've purged, gotten rid of clothes so many times. I had thought, of transitioning into the other role, in the other gender. About 5 years ago, I went into counseling for it. And I've done some pretty intense cross-dressing, particularly in the last 15 years. I'm married, so I can't do it all the time. I have restrictions, mostly that I place on myself. I think my wife doesn't really care as long as she doesn't know about it. So why did I title this with sex addiction? You're thinking, well, cross-dressing, what does that got to do with pornography? What does it have to do with strip clubs? And what does it have to do with prostitution and being addicted to those three? Well, it doesn't have anything to do with those three. But cross-dressing comes in two different forms. Some cross-dress and many cross-dress to express their female side. They never get aroused or excited. They just want to go shopping and dress up, and many of them go out in public, and they're not afraid to. I'm quite the opposite. I'm what you call the closeted type, and the closeted type, I believe, tend to be more aroused. They tend to have an addiction problem with it, an arousal problem, a masturbation problem. And that's why I say that it's very relevant to those of you that are sexually addicted to women or to men, and are into prostitution, looking at pornography online, or going to strip clubs, and do that frequently. Well, I get the same charge and excitement, by masturbating and jerking off. You're releasing that dopamine in the brain that gets you all excited and aroused. And once you do it, you want to do more and more and more. And you find you have that trigger that wants to make you do more and more and more. Like if you're going to a strip club, you've seen one, you've gotten turned on, you got to go to more and more and more. Look at the internet, at the porn sites. This is something my dad did a lot of, found out. And you've got to do more and more and more and more to jerk off, to get that feeling of excitement. And that's what I do. And it gets to a point where it wears you down and you get tired of it and frustrated with it. And if you look at my other videos, look at me, the one with a little thumbnail of me in a black dress, that I talk about breaking the cycle, a new book. Can't think of the author's name, but I mentioned the author's name in it on the other video, and it's really helpful for sexual addiction. Since I've had it, I've really reduced, in 2 weeks of reading it, I've really reduced the amount of jerking off. And I think one time I did, that was Friday night, and I was totally physically drained. But I also hadn't read it for a couple days, and so it wasn't in my mind. And so anyhow, that's kind of where I stand and what I'm working on. And hopefully, in future videos, I'm not going to be dressed up. I'm just going to be talking as my regular self, in drab and male. But I just wanted award this to say that I'm a closeted cross-dresser, so that you can see and understand. So anyhow, thank you for watching, and hope to produce more videos soon. Take care. Bye-bye.